That generation is called the greatest generation. They're the ones who survived the Depression. They're the ones who fought the Second World War. They're the ones who did really well. My parents are members of this generation, and I've had the occasion to think, how could they do this? And one answer is glib. They did it because they had to do it. But another answer, I think it's more thoughtful and more helpful to us today, and that is that they did it with one another. They remembered the ties that bound them together, and I think that is what we, the people, can and should be doing at the present. Remember that we have one another, friends, family, colleagues, fellow citizens. I'm smiling at that question because I'd want to first say, do we know for a fact that the most cherished rituals at the holidays involve giving gifts? And I would say probably not. Something meaningful usually involves who is there celebrating with you, and that there's no expense at all to that. It's the good times we remember, it's the good people we remember. We do want to give gifts, particularly to children. We should realize that more is not better. In fact, sometimes less is better, fewer is better. If you give a child one or two presents, then they can actually pay attention to those gifts, they can actually play with them, they can actually savor them. People who bounce back from adversity are called resilient. In my research on resilience, I have found it very useful to unpack it. What are the specific characteristics of these people? And we find several. Optimism, zest and enthusiasm, and perseverance, sticking to it. Unfortunately, I have no advice about how to get a job except to keep trying, but I will make a distinction between having work and having employment. Having employment obviously is what pays your bills, but having work is what makes your life worth living. For most of us, employment provides work, but if we happen to be without employment, don't neglect the importance of work. You have work to do as a parent, as a spouse, as a friend, as a member of a community. People who are depressed have a challenge, and one of the challenges is the fact that they're depressed, and depression can be self-perpetuating. Depression leads people to become passive, to be helpless, to become listless, to just sit at home, and nobody's going to get through tough times if they're just sitting there waiting them out, feeling worse and worse. My advice to anybody who's depressed is to take a deep breath, remind yourself it won't be easy, but to be active, to get outside, to help other people. Giving to others not only takes your mind off your own bad feelings, it also makes you feel better about yourself. You're making a difference in the world. My advice to people about how best to enjoy the holiday season, also my wish for everybody, is to gather around close to you the people that you care about the most. And if you don't have such people close by, well, this is what telephones are for, this is what email is for, or oh my goodness, this is what letters are for.